Good afternoon. I'm Professor Andrew Deeks, President of University College Dublin. On behalf of my fellow faculty and staff, I wish to extend a warm welcome to this virtual conferring, especially to our students, your families and friends, and to your supporters far and wide. I'm delighted to be joined by the Principal of the UCD College of Social Sciences and Law, Professor Colin Scott, and by the Associate Dean for Undergraduate Studies, Dr. Aideen Quilty. This is a meeting of the University gathered for the conferring of degrees. A quorum is present, and I now call upon Dr. Quilty to commence the proceedings.
Thank you, President. On behalf of my colleagues at the UCD College of Social Sciences and Law, I would like to reiterate the President's warm welcome to you all this afternoon. Thar ceann mo go ghlacha I gláiste na nóíochtaí sa síolta agus an dlí UCD, tá anóthas orm fáilte a choróibh chuig an searmanas bronta fiúil seo inniu. The occasion of conferring is one of the most significant events on the academic calendar for everyone in our colleges and schools, for students, faculty and staff. Conferring ceremonies in UCD have traditionally taken place in O'Reilly Hall, by the lake, a gathering of faculty, graduates, family, supporters and friends. This year's ceremony has once again taken a different shape and form as we continue to respond to our challenging global reality. However, today still marks the culmination of years of work on your part. It is still recognition of your achievements, and it is still definitely a celebration. On behalf of my colleagues who have taught and guided you throughout your studies, and who are so disappointed not to be with you today, I want to acknowledge your academic achievements. Our global pandemic has presented each of you with challenges, and I commend you on your resilience and self-reliance in arriving at the end of this UCD journey. In the words of T.S. Eliot, to make an end is to make a beginning. The end is where we start from. And so today also marks a start, a new beginning, as you take your place in a world changed in unprecedented ways, but a world that remains filled with opportunity. A world ready for you to make your unique contribution. We are incredibly proud of you. I offer you our warmest congratulations on this day. Before we commence, I will explain the procedure which we will follow. The candidates on whom degrees are to be conferred are graduands. That is, they have fulfilled the requirement and are proceeding to their degree. The Principal of the College of Social Sciences and Law, Professor Colin Scott, will present the graduands for the degree. In response to the presentation, the President, Professor Andrew Deeks, will confer the degree. The candidates have then become graduates. Professor Scott will read in Latin, and the President will respond in Latin to him. I will then call the names of our new graduates. Professional certificate.
President and members of the University, I present to you these students whom I know to be upright in character and skilled in their field of study and qualified for admission to the University Certificate and Professional Certificate. In good faith, I vouch for this and hold myself responsible to you and the whole academic assembly.
By the authority vested in me, I admit you to the University Certificate and Professional Certificate.
Thank you both. Social justice. Emma Jane Mahoney. Women and substance use, Amber Entwistle. Niamh Green. Charlene Jordan. Denise Joy, Samantha Keenan, Rachel Kelly, Ruth Elizabeth McLaughlin, Sarah Elizabeth Meehan, Sarah Jane Migan, Danielle O'Sullivan, Marina Quinn, Honours degree of Bachelor of Social Science.
Prae honorabilis praeses totaque universitas. Presento vobis hasce meos filios filiosque meos, quas omnes sciota moribus cum doctrina habeles et idores esse quermantantur a gradum baccalaureatus in scientiae sociali honoro curso confecto. Idque tibi fide meo testo expondeo totaque academiae.
Ego auctoritate mihi concessa, mita voad gradum baccalaureatus in scientias sociale honoro curso confecto.
Thank you both. Mattie Clark, Lily Culhane, Emma Dooley, Anne-Marie Doyle, Ashley Gomez, Isabel Grimley, Ronan Hennessy, Rachel Hoffman, Mia Jennings, Vera Kohonen, Dora Lee, Kathy McGlynn, Maeve Amaruna Kialig, Diarmid Ring, Lucia Rovenko, Killian Ryan, International, Ruth Margaret Anderson, Daniel Brown, Rachel Cuddy, Holly Cullen, Emma Dempsey, Molly Lucy Donegan, Nuhamin Ernetu Ermias, Charlie Fitzgerald, Anya Frayne, Amy Higgins, Robert Ivers, Arnaldus Juraces, Nicola Lawless, Kia McElveen Walsh, Lisa McAvoy, Orna Monaghan, Kate Nagel, Social Policy with Sociology, Eva Baba, Connor Byrne, Anthony Cusack, Dave Hennessy, Sarah Maguire, Social Work and Social Professions, Aisling Abernethy, Kaylee Byrne, Gwen Byrne, Megan Clark, Sophie Cregan, Susie Crow, Faiza Akurede Delganiu, Natasha Dunarian, Megan Doyle, Katie Eager, Cassandra Fowler, Orla Hanlon, Annabelle Hart, Aisling Hudson, Kira Johnstone, Aoife Jones, Julianne Keane, Magna Manu, Rachel Matthews, Hazel McCabe, Faye Ellen McKechnie, Cecilia Alexander Mititelu, Karen Mooney, Nadine Mary Moore, Amy Niriva, Abigail Karen O'Byrne, Dara O'Reilly, Hilary Okamboa, Frances Alana Sophia Panya, Jason Pope, Elizabeth Roach, Georgia Salmon, Olasankami Mutiat Sanusi, Alex Sherlock, Abigail Smith, Megan Sweeney, Katrina Tierney, Isabel Van Manen, Society and Public Service, Lucy Barrett, Carla Caffrey, Henry Cahill, Rita Doyle, Alexandra Arofi Treffel, Natasha McCann, Ian Daniel Mores, Tuvalehi Moyo, Aidan Murphy, Megan Belinda O'Connor, Maeve O'Doherty, Emer O'Sullivan. Work, organisations and people. Niamh Anderson, Ellen Beattie, Sarah Burke, Aoife Byrne Butler, Kane Carson, Fionn Coughlin, Anne Cunningham, Lara Delaney, Roisin Doherty, Liam L. Saibai, Megan Ennis, Katie Fitzpatrick, Niamh Kavanagh, Sophie Kinsella, Shane McEntee, Nicola McGrath, Matko Markrovchik, Ava Bridget Mulhern, Amy Murphy, Kate Nevin, Sam O'Connor, Lauren O'Corbui, Kelly Pointer, Shannon Porter, Selena Ryder, Alessandra Agnieszka Wierzbik, Leah Deborah Zambra. University Diploma.
Prae honorabilis praeses tertique universitas. Presento verbis hasce meos filias philoscos meos, quos omnes geota moribus quam doctrina habeles et ideonas esse quidmantantor ad diploma. Idque tibi fide mea testo expondeo, tertique academiae.
Ego auctoritate mihi concessa, emitter vo ad diploma.
Thank you both. Community drugs and alcohol work. Angela Connolly, Aidan Crowley, Vanessa Daly, Susan Darcy, Mark Dowdall, Gabrielle Gilligan, Linda Hill, David Mannion, Christopher MacDonald, Janelle McIntaggart, Anna Marie McKeown, Craig O'Brien, David O'Brien, Erica O'Brien, Carol Scully, Higher Diploma.
Prae honorabilis praeses tertique universitas. Presento vobis hasce meos filias philosquos meos, quos omnes geota moribus quam doctrina habeles et ideones esse quedmantantor ad diploma superius. Idque tibi fide mea testo expondeo, tertique academiae.
Ego auctoritate mihi concessa, emitter vo ad diploma superius.
Thank you both. Social policy. Laura Cronin, Siobhan Curran, Carrie Damon, Aisling Dooley, Georgia Doorley, Karen Joan Groom, Eva Mulholland, Kevin Edward O'Mara, Maeve O'Toole White, Jerome Onawoke, Michelle Roach Marr, Rachel Helen Semple. Graduate Diploma.
Prae honorabilis praeses totaque universitas. Presento vobis hasce meos filias philosquos meos, quos omnis geo tam moribus quam doctrina habeles et idiones esse quermantantor ad diploma, post baccalaureatum. Idque tibi fide meo testo expondeo totaque academiae.
Ego auctoritate mihi concessa, emitter vo ad diploma post baccalaureatum.
Thank you both. Gender Studies. Jessica Morris. Social Data Analytics. Yen Lin. Degree of Master of Arts.
Prae honorabilis praeses totaque universitas. Presento vobis hasce meos filias philosquos meos, quos omnes geo tam moribus cum doctrina habeles et idiones esse qui admantantor ad gradum magistere in artibus. Idque tibi fide meo testo expondeo totaque academiae.
Ego auctoritate mihi concessa, emitter vo ad gradum magisteri in artibus.
Thank you both. International Political Economy. Lisa Zummagen. International Relations. Glorina McHale. Philosophy. Shane Hutchinson. Degree of Master of Economic Science.
Prae honorabilis praeses totaque universitas. Presento vobis hanc meam filiam quam scio tam moribus quam doctrina habelum et idionum esse quermantantor ad gradum magisteriae in scientia, economica et informatias. Idque tibi fide meo testo expondeo totaque academiae.
Ego auctoritate mihi concessa, emitter te ad gradum magisteri in scientia economica.
Thank you both. Nana Odikadze. Degree of Master of Literature.
Prae honorabilis praeses totaque universitas. Presento vobis hosce meos filios quos geam tam moribus cum doctrina habeles et idiones esse quidmantantor a gradum magistere in litteris. Idque tibi fide meo testo expondeo totaque academiae.
Ego auctoritate mihi concessa, emitter te ad gradum magisteri in litteris.
Thank you both. Tyler McDonough. Niall Traynor. Degree of Master of Psychological Science.
Prae honorabilis praeses totaque universitas. Presento vobis hasce meos filias philosquos meos, quos omnes geo tam moribus quam doctrina habeles et idiones esse quermantantor ad gradum magisteriae scientiae psychologica. Idque tibi fide meo testo expondeo totaque academiae.
Ego auctoritate mihi concessa, emitter vo ad gradum magisteri scientia psychologica.
Thank you both. John Brown. Degree of Master of Science.
Prae honorabilis praeses totaque universitas. Presento vobis hasce meos filias philosquos meos, quos omnes geo tam moribus quam doctrina habeles et idiones esse quidmantantor a gradum magisteriae scientiae. Idque tibi fide meo testo expondeo totaque academiae.
Ego auctoritate mihi concessa, Emito void gradum magisteri scientia.
Thank you both. Applied Economics. Gillian Walsh. Applied Governance. Helen Deely. Children and Youth Studies. Mary Theresa Clancy. Child Welfare and Protection. Siobhan Antoinette Manning. Comparative Social Change. Elizabeth Barden. Digital Information Management. Aoife Katrina McGrath. Prakar Srivastava. Equality Studies. Carly Bailey. Meng Yang. Experimental Archaeology and Material Culture. Thomas Ramsbottom. Mindfulness-based interventions. Justin Caffrey. Carol Carr. David Andrew Delaney. Lisa Hampel. Roisin Harbinson. Patrick Hegarty. Jida Judith Kisembo. Richard Martin. Anne McCabe. Elizabeth Morton. Esther O'Neill. Thomas Quinn. Evelyn Spillane. Marie Sutton. Rehabilitation and Disability Studies. Angela Locke Riley. Social Work. Victoria Rosetta Calimo. World Heritage Management and Conservation. Marina Lessa del Guidis. Degree of Master of Social Science.
Pro honorables praeses totaque universitas. Presenter verbis ascre meas filios philoscos meos, quos omnes geo tam moribus cum doctrina habeles et idoneas esse quid mantanto a gradum magisterie in scientiae sociale. Idque tibi fidei meo testo expondeo totaque academiae.
Ego auctoritate mihi concessa, admitto voad gradum magisteri scientia sociale.
Thank you both. Anita Flood. Erica Jean Freeney. Degree of Professional Master of Social Work.
Pro honorables praeses totaque universitas. Presenter vobis hosce meas filas philoscoes meos, quos omnes geotam moribus cum doctrina habeles et idoneas esse quid mantanto ad gradum magisterie professionale in operibus socialibus. Idque tibi fidei meo testo expondeo totaque academiae.
Ego auctoritate mihi concessa, admitto voad gradum magisteri in operibus socialibus.
Thank you both. Chris Bonnell. Alva Breen. Aoife Broderick, Aoife Byrne, Saoirse Casey, Rory W. Chesters, Jacqueline Collard, Charles Coote, Sinead Cullen, Niall Delmar, Niamh Doyle, Sarah Catherine Fraser, Niamh Gunning, Joseph Hanley, Siobhan Kavanagh Lokman, Clara Keogh, Elizabeth Korev, Cian Lawler, Emma Louise Masterson, Gareth McNulty, Laura McNulty, Constance Mondera, Katie Miller, Hazel Morgan, Anne-Marie Murphy, Niamh Nelson, Killian O'Connor, Rebecca O'Keefe, Brenda A. O'Reilly, Aisling O'Rourke, Jacinta O'Domene, Laura O'Lohan, Pamela Orani, Laura Pearson, Eliza Rito, Laura Salmon, Fatima Sanchez, Laura Jane Sherlock, Celia Usherwood, Fiona Whelan, Shannon White Larkin, Doctor of Educational Psychology.
Per honorabilis praeses totaque universitas. Presento verbis hasque meas filias, quasqueo tamoribus cum doctrina habeles et deones esse quae admontantor a gradum doctoratus in psychologica pedutica. Idque tipe fide mea testo expondeo totaque academiae.
Ego octoritate mihi concessa, emitter voad gradum doctoratus in psychologica peducia.
Thank you both. Louise Siobhan Condon. Dr. Condon's thesis title is An Exploration of the Lived Experiences of Women with a Diagnosis of Autism Spectrum Disorder. Elaine Walsh. Dr. Walsh's thesis title is Psychologists' Diagnostic Experiences with Girls on the Autistic Spectrum. Doctor of Governance.
Degree of Doctor of Governance. Prae honorabilis praeses totaque universitas. Presento verbis hasque meas filias quisqueo tamoribus quam doctrina habeles et itones esse quae admontantor a gradum doctoratus in regno. Idque tibi fide mea testo expondeo totaque academiae.
Ego octoritate mihi concessa, emitter voad gradum doctoratus in regno.
Thank you both. Carol Mary Hilliard. Dr. Hilliard's thesis title is Are We Doing the Right Thing? Moral Agency in Pediatric Healthcare. healthcare professionals' actions in response to moral conflict and the associated enablers, barriers and outcomes. Precious Jenga. Dr. Jenga's thesis title is Naturalist Decision-Making Processes of Multidisciplinary Teams that Facilitate Community Living Options for Adults with Intellectual Disabilities. Connie Kelleher. Dr. Kelleher's thesis title is Public Sector Performance Management, a Contradiction in Terms, an analysis of the challenges arising in an Irish public sector organisation. Doctor of Philosophy.
Pro honorables praeses totaque universitas. Presento verbis hasce meas philosophes meos, quos omnes geotum moribus, cum doctrina habeles et idones esse quermantantur a gradum doctoratus philosophia. Idque tibi fidei me testo expondeo totaque academiae.
Ego auctoritate mihi concessa, mita voed gradum doctoratus philosophia.
Thank you both. Rana Bizri. Dr. Bizri's thesis title is Radical Conceptual Change from Inference to Semantic Drift. Geraldine Boland. Dr. Boland's thesis title is Connecting Locally, Examining the Factors that Support the Social Inclusion in Neighbourhoods of Adults with Intellectual Disabilities. Jonathan J. Bryady, and Dr. Bryady's thesis title is Shocks and the Understudied, 3 Essays on the Economics of Health. Dorothy Ann Conahan, and Dr. Conahan's thesis title is The Private Instrumental Music Education Market in Ireland, Class Positioning, Cultural Opportunity, Insurance Against Risk. Jonathan Dowling. Dr. Dowling's thesis title is An Investigation of the Functional Behavioural Repertoires that Underpin Social and Emotional Intelligence, a Contextual Behavioural Science Approach. Louise Fitzgerald. Dr. Fitzgerald's thesis title is How to Build Socially Just Sustainability Transitions, Learning from the Pitfalls and Successes of Germany's Historic Energy Transition. Diego Garialde. Dr. Garialde's thesis title is How Early Rewards Influence Choice, Targeting Model-Free Processing Through Reward Timing. Jennifer Keating. Dr. Keating's thesis title is Exploring the Early Development of Children with a Familial History of ADHD, an Investigation of Sensory, Sleep and Family Factors. Niamh Áine Kelly. Dr. Kelly's thesis title is Core Stone Tools in Early Irish Prehistory. Stephen James Massey. Dr. Massey's thesis title is The Lobbying Process of Large Firms in the European Union. Ashley McCall. Dr. McCall's thesis title is The Relationship of Stable Isotopes to Great Hungarian Plain Diet and Mobility Through the Neolithic, Copper Age, Bronze Age and Iron Age. Dara McCashin. Dr. McCashin's thesis title is Technology-Assisted Cognitive Behavioural Therapy for Children Experiencing Low Mood and Anxiety, an Evaluation of Pesky Gnats in Primary Care. Shamal Mirza. Dr. Mirza's thesis title is From Rebellion to Regional Government, the Kurdish National Movement in Iraq. Christopher Liam Murphy. Dr. Murphy's thesis title is Of Knowledge of Counterfactuals, a Thesis on its Attainability and Sources. Orla Nikialakan. Dr. Nikialakan's thesis title is Codifying the Folk Devil, a Critical Discourse Analysis of Counterterrorism Legislating in the House of Commons 1973 to 2019. Ivan Petrov. And Dr. Petrov's thesis title is Market Failures and the Energy Efficiency Gap. Anya Katrina Rickard. Dr. Rickard's thesis title is Mobility and Meaning in Long-Term Cycle Touring. David Stone. Dr. Stone's thesis title is The Landscape of Medieval Barda, Azerbaijan, 3rd to 16th Centuries, an archaeobotanical investigation of agriculture society and urban-rural interactions in an Islamic frontier province. Kezia Zhu. Dr. Zhu's thesis title is Transnational Migrants in an African Outpost, Demystifying Chinese Entrepreneurial Migrants in Madagascar. That concludes the conferring of degrees. I am now delighted to welcome my colleague, Professor Suzanne Gearan. She is Professor of Research Design and Analysis and Head of School in the UCD School of Psychology.
Good afternoon, graduates. I'm delighted to be here today to celebrate the fantastic achievement that your graduation represents. Graduations are one of my favourite events at UCD. I love the excitement of the day, as well as the opportunity to congratulate students, recognise the contribution of their supporters, and wish our graduates the best of luck as they begin the next part of their lives. Thinking about what I wanted to say to you today, I pulled out the diaries I kept during my undergraduate days in UCD and looked at what I said about my own graduation. It was the 27th of October 1995, and I wrote about how nervous I was before the ceremony, about having my family with me on campus, and seeing some of my friends for the first time since we had finished our exams. While today's ceremony looks quite different to mine, and it may not be the one you expected or indeed hoped for, it is important to make sure that we take the time to recognise everything that today represents. At the best of times, your achievements would be significant, requiring commitment, hard work and resilience, as well as the support of your family, friends and UCD staff. But for all of you, the last 18 months have tested you in ways that we have not experienced before. I have no doubt that you have had to adapt to the restrictions and requirements associated with COVID-19. And in adapting, you will have found depths in your personal, social and academic resources that you may not have realised you have. Your graduation is a testament to the capacity and resolve you have shown throughout your studies and the support you have had around you, not least in these most recent times. But I would encourage you to think about the lessons you have learned about yourself during your time at UCD and in the last 18 months in particular. When you reflect on all you have achieved, also consider what you will take from the experience of completing your studies. What are the moments you are most proud of? What skills have you developed or honed? What are the things you will continue to do in the future? Take these lessons and carry them forward. While recognising the achievements of every student here today, I would like to mention the students from our new undergraduate degrees in psychology, sociology and social policy and economics. You are the first cohorts to graduate with these qualifications. You may not be aware of the activity that went into developing these programmes. However, in the years before your courses were launched, your lecturers, module coordinators and programme directors worked to ensure that the learning experience supported you to achieve a deep understanding and knowledge of your chosen subjects, as well as supporting you to develop a range of transferable skills. However, keep in mind that these new programmes are grounded in the traditions of the ones that preceded them and influenced their development. For example, the BSc in Psychology and its predecessor, the BA in Psychology, continues a tradition of undergraduate education that stretches back to the Diploma in Psychology, which in 1958 was the first undergraduate qualification in psychology in Ireland. These new programmes build on those foundations and reflect the ongoing commitment to the development and delivery of high-quality education at UCD. Of course, the work done to develop these programmes could not have foreseen the challenges that would come from the unexpected move to online learning that we have all experienced. Nevertheless, this is another area where we will hopefully carry forward the lessons we have learned and the skills we have developed. Opening my diary to see how 1995 Suzanne felt about graduating, I did of course flick through the surrounding entries, and I enjoyed seeing the names of classmates I've not thought about in years and remembering stories long forgotten. It left me with a very warm and fond recollection of that part of my time in UCD. However, if you had asked 1995 Suzanne what she was going to do next, and indeed after that, she probably would have described a very different journey to the one I took. I definitely was not expecting to be on this side of a graduation ceremony. I have no doubt that in the future you too will look back on your time at UCD and see more in the experience than you do at this moment. And when you look back, the journey from this moment may not be what you expected it to be. But that is the thing about any journey. You start with a sense of the destination, however things can change. What will be constant though is the achievement that today's events mark. Seeing our students successfully graduating is always a moment of incredible pride, a feeling that I am sure is shared by your family and friends. The route you followed to be here today may not have been the one you planned, but you have succeeded in reaching the end of this particular journey. May the next adventure be as successful, though perhaps a little more predictable. Congratulations and the very best of luck to you all.
Now we are joined by one of your fellow students. I'm delighted to welcome Jason Pope, who is graduating today with a Bachelor of Social Science in Social Policy and Sociology.
When I first sat down in O'Reilly Hall, I did not know what to expect from UCD. Social Policy and Sociology was one of several new courses in UCD, alongside Psychology and Economics, and our graduating class was the first cohort of students. It was a new beginning for both students and staff alike. UCD's vast size felt like an opportunity for a fresh start too. It felt like the possibilities of what student life could be were as expansive as UCD itself, and I quickly discovered how right I was. In my time in UCD, I have been a class representative, produced a play, run a student society, and much more, and I have seen many of my peers take on their own exciting projects. While we are celebrating academic achievement today, it is also important to recognise that our learning takes place in our sports clubs, our societies, our nights out, and not just our lecture theatres. First, I would like to congratulate my classmates in Sociology and Social Policy, as well as the Psychology and Economics students. As the first graduating class from these new courses, our experiences and feedback will shape the learning of future students for years to come. Next, I would like to congratulate all of the undergraduate and postgraduate students from the College of Social Sciences and Law that are graduating alongside us. All of us have not only conquered the difficult task of completing our studies, but we have done so in circumstances that were less than ideal. I would like to especially acknowledge the graduates here today who have faced additional challenges during their studies. While we have all worked hard to be here today, we have not all faced the same battles. Some of us worked throughout lockdowns as essential workers, balanced studies with caring for family members, or had issues with their own health and well-being. To those graduates, you have the utmost respect from myself and your classmates. You have worked immeasurably hard, and I extend special congratulations to you. I also need to thank the staff of UCD who have supported us throughout this time, our student advisors who aim to support our learning in any way they can, the school and programme offices who field constant questions from students, and last but not least, our lecturers and tutors who guide our education and learning. On behalf of the Social Policy graduates, I would like to thank Owen from the Social Policy Office and Mihal, our course coordinator, who have always been extremely supportive of us. Personally, I would like to thank the LGBTQ+ Society, especially my fellow committee members who have been my students' social life during online learning. Congratulations to everybody on their graduation. We all have bright futures ahead of us, but for today, we only need to be proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Now I will ask Professor Andrew Deeks, UCD President, to address you. Congratulations once again and enjoy the rest of this very special day.
As President of UCD, I take great pleasure and pride in extending my personal congratulations to each one of you who has graduated today. My thanks to our guest and student speakers for their inspirational words to you. This has been another year of extraordinary challenge as the world continues to deal with the impact of COVID-19. I am, however, greatly heartened by how we as a community here at UCD have responded to the crisis with creativity and innovation, and with courage and compassion. It is in these most testing of circumstances that we truly show what we are made of, individually and collectively. In facing the demands placed on us, we are discovering new depths to our resourcefulness and resilience. As Ireland's global university, UCD has played and continues to play a vital role in shaping our response to the pandemic nationally and globally, both culturally and scientifically. I'm proud to see how our brightest minds are rising to the challenge across all academic disciplines, from medicine, science and engineering to the arts and humanities. All around me, members of our UCD community have stepped up with courage and vision to meet the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic, and their actions continue to underscore the vital importance of education, research and evidence-based decision-making in transforming our society. Conferring ceremonies are very special days in the calendar of the university, both for our students and for our faculty and staff, marking the culmination of years of study and hard work by you, our graduates, and of the teaching and guidance by our faculty and staff. Following your graduation, you will operate in a changed world, one where your skills are in keen demand, your energy and passion are needed, and one that will warmly welcome your expertise. Here at UCD, we have almost 8,000 international students joining us from over 145 countries, adding enormously to the diversity and quality of campus life and to the UCD educational experience. We bring the best of the world to Ireland and the best of Ireland to the world. And so it's a particular pleasure for me to extend an Irish welcome to the families and friends of our international students who are joining us online today. Céad Míle Fáilte, Roíomh Go Léir, 100,000 welcomes to you all. Our mission is to give each of you a holistic education, to inculcate in you a lifelong desire to learn and to create, and to instill in you a sense of purpose, a capacity for critical thinking, a desire to make a difference in society, and above all, an awareness of the global community in which you can make an impact. And I hope that today, as you join or rejoin the proud community of UCD graduates, you will embrace these attributes and take them with you as you embark on the next stage of your life journey. While you were students, you were at the centre of the UCD community, and as you graduate, you carry that UCD badge with you. Wear it well, use it to open doors to advance your own life's ambitions, but also extend a helping hand to those who come after you. Seek to inspire and encourage them, and above all, follow our motto, Ad Astra, to the stars, by seeking to make your own mark and your own contribution to our society. You are now a member of a very proud UCD alumni group of almost 300,000 based in 170 countries worldwide. And so, wherever your career takes you, I hope that whenever you wear the UCD crest or colours, you will remember your alma mater. I trust that in everything you do and achieve in the future, the values enshrined in UCD of creativity, excellence, integrity, collegiality, engagement and diversity will remain part of your intellectual DNA. I'm very encouraged by the government's reopening plan for the autumn, by the lower infection rate, decrease in hospital admissions and the collapse in the mortality rate, and by the pace and efficiency of the national vaccination rollout. Here at UCD, we will continue to follow the government's advice and guidelines, looking forward to a smooth return to campus as soon as it's possible, and keeping everyone's health and safety at the forefront of our minds. I wish you well as you embark on your careers. Take care of yourselves and your families, and take heart in the hope that we will come together again soon at the end of this journey, stronger and more united than ever. Congratulations once again. Enjoy the rest of this very special day.